Welcome to Mike's Literary Minute, where books can be listened to and enjoyed. Hello, my name is Michael, and I've been listening to audiobooks since the mid-'80s, and it has definitely been a minute since I put a video out. It's, by my math, about 3 months, which for me, is a very long dry spell of books that weren't worth me pulling the camera out for, and believe me, that list is long and distinguished. But I'm here to pull the camera out for a book that isn't on audio as far as I know. This book, I had to have Mr. Nasal, the AI attached to my iPhone, read to me, which was like nails on a chalkboard because there's no inflection, there's no nothing. It is Siri reading me a book. And the only reason I did it, that I suffered through the first of the 4 books of the series, is because it's a good book. The book in question is Swimming with the Dead by Kathy Brandt, as read by, as I call him, Mr. Nasal. Fucking hate Mr. Nasal. And the books, they're similar. They're real similar to Andrew Mayne. They're the character of Hannah Sampson. She is an underwater investigator out of the Denver Police Department. The chief of the department asked for a favor. His son died on a wreck down in BVI, British Virgin Islands. Now, as a scuba diver, as a person who has lots of respect for the ocean, wreck diving, any type of covered diving at all, is very dangerous. Don't try it, don't do it, don't even think about it unless you got the training. I don't have the training. My idea of going up to a wreck is, cool, look, take the regulator out, take the picture, let's get the fuck out of here because I'm not scheduled to be down here, and I don't want to become a statistic. Yes, I am a certified diver. No, I'm not certified in wrecks. I'm never going to be certified in wrecks. I don't want to. Well, all that aside, guy dies underwater. Kind of hinky, but Chief of Police asked Hannah Sampson, would you go down to BVI and check into his death? Something just doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, hops on an airplane down to BVI, and as they say, off to the races from that point. Why do I like the book? I actually started reading the books. This is back in the days, I was in college at the time, and I actually managed to find Kathy Brandt's email address. And I actually communicated with her over several emails, but this was years ago. We're talking 20 years ago. She probably wouldn't remember me on a dare. But I really enjoyed the books. Yes, they revolve around scuba diving. At the time, I was hot and heavy. I was going out pretty much twice a month to local lakes and local rivers. I do not have any blue water experience, for those who know what that is. For those who don't, blue water experience means you are out. In my case, would be the Gulf of Mexico. It'd be saltwater. Blue water experience is pretty much saltwater environment. It could be off of the East Coast, the West Coast, Gulf of Mexico, coast of Florida, Bimini. I would love to go to Bimini. If anybody wants to sponsor me, sponsor my fat ass on a dive trip to Bimini. Trust me, y'all won't get any complaints from me. Back to the book, though, because that is never going to happen. First off, I don't want to be sponsored, because then I got to confine to someone else's rules, and I just don't want to. But if you want to send me to BVI or Bali or any place like that to go diving, I'm all over it. Hannah Sampson, the book Swimming with the Dead is part of the first book in 4-book series for the Underwater Investigation series, not to be confused with the UIU, the Florida Underwater Investigative Unit, that was formed with Sloane McPherson and George Salar in the Andrew Mayne novel. So in my case, since I've listened to all the Sloane McPhersons, I have, believe it or not, read all of the Hannah Sampsons. We are now doing it on Mr. Nasal. My eyesight's gotten to the point that reading, I can do it. The headaches that I get from it is not worth it. My eyesight sucks, which is great because I'm blind and I go underwater where I'm blind, and dealing with a pressure gauge I can't read, and the air on my back is the only thing I've got to breathe. I don't have gills, and I do stupid shit like that. Yeah, I really need to re-examine some of my life choices. I really do. It is what it is. As a reason I like the book, there's a scuba diving aspect. Now, I'm not going to get too picky on some of the dive details. 2 reasons. Number 1, Kathy Brandt has more experience underwater than I do. Number 2, I am by no means an expert on underwater stuff. Just because I have a card that allows me to get my tanks filled doesn't mean a goddamn thing. That just means I've passed the minimum standard to get my tanks filled. Most normal people won't see that there are errors in the way she describes the dive. There's some very big ones, but I digress on that. It's a story. It's a book. It's made up. It's fiction. It never happened. So you're allowed to be a little bit elastic with the rules. Collegiate scale on this book, honestly, I gotta give it the 3031. It's better than a B+, but not quite an A. So this is kind of the A- type of thing. But if you're after a good listen, or in this case, a good read, because unless you play it through your iPhone like I did, you ain't gonna be listening to it. You get the books. They are still available. You probably pick them up at half-price bookstores or thrift books or eBay or Goodwill even. I'd recommend them. They're good books. They're very good books. The writing style kind of brings you with so you sit there and you kind of get to experience what it's like for an American going into BVI, once again, British Virgin Islands, not the U.S. ones, the British ones. So technically you are a very big foreigner at that point. And it's just good writing. I really enjoyed the writing. The characters are believable. I know how the 4th book ends. I'm not going to ruin it because I am planning on doing a video on the next 3 books, of which I have started the 2nd one in the series. So, more videos coming. And with that said, have you ever heard of Kathy Brandt? I mean, I found this one walking around, I think it was Barnes & Noble. I got the 2nd book first, go figure. But I did finally go back and get all of the books in the series, and somehow I wound up getting them on Kindle. I can't explain how that happened. I don't know how I got them on Kindle, but I have them legally. And for those who know me, it takes a lot for me to cough that particular word up with my propension to break the rules. So, have you heard of Kathy Brandt? Have you read any of her books? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also, if you get a second, if you're over on Instagram, I got a buddy of mine over there. His name is Joe Dominguez. I worked with him at I'm not allowed to really name the place that I work because I'm not sponsoring anything, so I'll just cover up the the policy that I have taped to my wall right here, so you can't see the name of Quality Fasteners where I work. I mean, the place I work at, yeah, if Larry ever sees this, he's going to cut my balls off. But I did work with Joe. He is becoming a political influencer. Love him, hate him, but he can be found at domino28.10 on Instagram. Now, give him a shot. He's okay type of dude. In my book, he's solid. He's okay type of dude. He's okay enough to where when he lived in the San Antonio area, my family invited him over for dinner on more than one occasion. That says a lot. My family says a lot. So you get a chance, go over there, see Joe, talk to him, listen to what he has to say, agree, disagree. Doesn't make a difference to me. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. If you go over there, tell him I said hi. And with that, we will catch you on the 2nd video that I will be doing right after this one. So it is a 2-video night/morning. It is 1:06 a.m. Sunday morning for me here in San Antonio. I have no idea what it is, where you're at, or when you see this or whatever. You guys have a good one. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you in the next video.